Welcome everybody back to the Frontier Doubles League. Feels good to be back. It's my first cast in a long time. I am Harmonic, joined in the booth by Chris with a K, and we have a great matchup here tonight between the Monkeys and the Eagles with big playoff implications for the Expert League. If the Monkeys win, they're in. They have made the playoffs. They clinch a spot. If they lose, they will cede control of their destiny over to the Huskies and Rams to hope to get in that final playoff spot for the Expert League. Chris, it's your team, man. Can they pull this one off?
I think they can. I'm pretty confident in the boys and their ability. They have a lot of defensive capabilities, and I think that's where they have to make sure that they start it and build up from there because the Monkeys still lack the defense in the Expert League. I think they're one of the worst so far. And, despite the rosters that we've got here, it's Dossy and tnory who haven't looked the greatest as a lineup, but they have a big upset potential if they're on.
Yeah, just looking at the lineups, I couldn't agree with you more. This looks like a Monkeys victory on paper for sure. But nothing is guaranteed, as we've seen many times so far in both the Expert and Origin and Star Leagues. You can't guarantee a victory. And the Eagles, by the way, I haven't touched on the Eagles. They have nothing to play for here. They're already out of the playoffs. They've been out of the playoffs for a good bit of time, but they can play spoiler. And as somebody who just possibly played spoiler last week in the Origin League, I can say it's fun. So let's see if the Eagles can get that done here in this game, as Blue Mars looking to get the Monkeys started off early and establish what they hope to be a lead they continue for the rest of the series. Blue Mars back in his own zone here, trying to clear this one away. That demo onto Dossy could be big. It's only tnory back in net. Blue Mars trying to get this past him, but tnory with a good stop there. Keeps the ball out of the net for now, and it looks like the Eagles are going to get a counterattack. tnory off the corner. That's back down to risum. He controls a good touch there, but Dossy intercepts him. He's got no boost into his own corner, maybe looking to pass this out to tnory. He gets it up. tnory's on the ball. He fires at net, and Blue Mars equal to it off the goal line. Keeps us scoreless.
Yeah, both teams taking really good opportunities on each other's nets, and there's another one. risum off the crossbar. Couldn't find it around. Blue Mars with the double touch. It's floating. It's dangerous. risum's not there to clean it up in time. It's going to bounce away for the Eagles. Both sides have looked very scary in the first minute, but 0-0 on the scoreboard as we keep going here.
Yeah, not a lot of nerves from either team. And not that I would expect too many nerves. Like we said, the Monkeys have basically clinched here. Even if they lose, they're still in pretty good shape, and the Eagles don't have much to play for. But regardless, yeah, both teams looking very strong on both offense and defense. A couple of great attempts on either side, met with equally great saves. tnory on his own back line here off the 18 box, trying to get this away. It's in the corner. risum now off the backboard, looking to get this center. Can't find another touch. Ran out of boost. Dossy with no boost himself, looking to just push this one forward. Tries to get it past Blue Mars. risum with a nice fake, but tnory does find a touch. risum runs out of boost here. Tries to get this center for Blue Mars, but it looks like it will be cleared away. Eagles trying to gain control. The Monkeys have had, I would say, the majority of opportunities on net so far. They could get another one here. That's a great 50 from risum, and he turns it in for a goal. Monkeys strike first.
Yeah, that's a great... It was awkward in the corner there for the Monkeys, but risum communicating it well. Tells Blue Mars, I've got this, and two back-to-back 50s. It just goes perfectly top corner. Unfortunate for the Eagles, but the Monkeys, the pressure has been there, like you said, in most of this game one. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're able to break out later in the series, because Monkeys, this green conference is one of the most deadliest when it comes to shooting. And there we go. Blue Mars getting a second one.
He takes the words right out of your mouth here, Chris. Like you said, the shooting prowess, and you see it right there from Blue Mars in the Merc. Nonetheless, just absolutely bangs that into the crossbar, and the Monkeys have a 2-0 lead. See if they can keep that going. tnory on the sidewall. Can't read that one. He'll let it bounce down and take control. Actually just ends up booming this downfield. Blue Mars intercepts. And that big giant Merc looking to win a lot of 50s and a lot of balls in the air with that. risum, good touch here. Going to delay the play for now. tnory off the sidewall. Not much of a follow-up here. Blue Mars Puts that ball center. Risum is there. The Eagles were a bit slow on defense, and Risum catches them for it.
Yeah, tnory is just getting cut off there, and Dossy thinking he had more time than he actually did. Maybe, yeah, 0 boost in the tank after that. He only had a pad, so he wanted to give himself as much time as possible. But the Monkeys, they're just chasing down that ball, and they look very comfortable in this game, despite, you know, if they win this one, it could mean the difference between playing the Penguins round 1 or the Gators round 1 in that playoff spot. But, you know, the Eagles right now, like you said in the beginning, they don't have any expectations here. They're just going to play upset, but they can have a good time with this. And the more times you see people saying, oh, we just had a lot of fun in this series, is really when you get to see the teams show their best Rocket League.
That is for sure. And the Eagles still very capable. Like you said, both these players capable of popping off. So we'll see if it happens. You mentioned the implications between those first round playoff matchups is something I hadn't considered either. There's so many dimensions to this, even though we have a team that has nothing to play for. And another team has a great save there from Blue Mars. Needed that one. Another team with not a whole lot to play for. It just, you wouldn't think there's a whole lot in this game, but there really is. The Monkeys, if they lose, could potentially be out of the playoffs period, and then you have to consider those playoff matchups in the first round. Who are they going to play? Because playing the Penguins and playing the Gators are two totally different animals.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Penguins have looked so solid in just their play all around. They are a very good all-around team, and then you got the Gators, who will not let go of any kind of pressure, just like the Monkeys are in this game. Good bump from Blue Mars opens it up for Risum, and tnory, well, he was demoed, so he couldn't get back to it, and game 1 looks to be going in the Monkeys' favor.
Yeah, this one looks about wrapped up as a demo there on kickoff from Risum. That was a great play by the Monkeys, that last one there off the bump from Blue Mars. The follow by Risum. If they can keep up stuff like that, I don't see the Eagles getting back in this one. Risum making things dangerous for the Monkeys. Eagles looking to clear and get something started. Maybe put something in the bank for next game. Dossy to the skies. Gets another touch in the air. Looking for a double, but he's not going to find it. And the clear away from Blue Mars is on target. And with no Eagle back, that's going to be a 5-0 lead.
I mean, the Eagles had to go for it. They were down 4 with 30 seconds left. I can't blame them too much for trying to go for something there, but they had to find contact at least. Dossy throwing that so high to the back wall. tnory way too slow to get to it, even though it's bouncing in favor of that attacker. He just couldn't beat him to it, and now an unfortunate bump will lead to a 50 going in favor of the Monkeys, but tnory able to play it away this time, but Monkeys in control of the series in game 1.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, a little bit of a miscommunication there potentially from the Eagles. Comms might not be flowing like they could be. tnory will put this one towards the net. It is off the post. Dossy looking for a rebound, but he won't find that consolation goal either. And the Monkeys take game 1 in convincing fashion.
Yeah, and you know, it started from the beginning of that series. The first minute, it really looked like it could go either way. No team showed up huge, but the Monkeys were just able to crack down on the Eagles defense more and more as that series went on, and they just weren't able to handle the pressure for a long time, so they have to find a way to break out of that half more.
That they do. That's absolutely what they need. I mean, among other things, right? The Eagles do need a lot of help here. I'm not quite sure what else in their game they could fix. And maybe the miscommunication, a couple of double commits and awkward touches on defense, like you said, I think has been their main issue. They can clean that up. They can get back in this series, but clearly it's going to take a lot as the Monkeys have seemingly brought their best stuff. I mean, 3 goals on 4 shots for Risum, 2 on 4 shots for Blue Mars. They're shooting well. They're saving well on defense when they need to. This is going to be a really tough series, even if the Eagles find a way to turn it on.
Yeah, I mean, the Monkeys look like a well-oiled machine there. There was very little mistakes that they made in that game, and I don't think the Eagles really looked that bad on the field. I think it's just that the Monkeys, they just didn't make mistakes, and sometimes that happens with teams, but we've seen teams come out strong in game 1. The Monkeys are a very strong game 1, or they can lose game 1 instantly and come back in the series. So it just is a matter of, can the Monkeys keep this momentum going, or are the Eagles going to rally back right here in game 2?
Yep, anything can happen. Even on a game-by-game basis in series like this, you just never know. Rocket League is such a momentum-heavy game, and if the Eagles manage to seize control of some of that momentum, they could very easily blow one out of the water themselves. That's a decent attempt there, but Monkeys will control it. Dossy now out of his own corner, looking to get this down and centered for tnory. The pass is on. tnory's shot blocked away by Blue Mars, and now risum on the counterattack. Doesn't have a lot of boost. tnory plays this back for Dossy. Dossy to the air. Blue Mars is up. He'll have a touch here into his own corner. Now tnory responds. tnory another touch, looking to bump Blue Mars. It's right in front of the goal, but Dossy's not there. A huge missed opportunity for the Eagles. Dossy not sure what he was doing, but not there to catch that one in.
Yeah, they're starting to get that pressure, which is where they really need to build it from. But that double commit is going to leave the net wide open. Blue Mars, he's just going to dribble it in. It was such good pressure that the Eagles had mounted, but right there at the end, they both committed to something that Blue Mars just beat them both to, and you can't let that happen after how good that play was starting to look.
You absolutely cannot. I can't blame Dossy. I really can't, because it looked so good from his perspective. The ball dropping right underneath the crossbar. It just looked too good to pass up. And wow, that shot from risum is going to give the Monkeys a 2-0 lead. Not looking great for the Eagles.
I mean, was it a shot? Was it really? It looked more like a, I don't know, risum stealing something from Blue Mars, but yeah, the Monkeys are playing a very simple style against the Eagles right here. They're not overcommitting. They're letting the Eagles come to them and then just beat them on the mistakes. They actually have so much control of the ball, of the field, and of the boost. Really, it's simple Rocket League. This is kind of what you saw back in season 7 or 8 of RLCS. Veloce, a very boring team to watch, but they got it done, and that's kind of what the Monkeys remind me of right now.
Very much so. You know, I was about to say, of course it's a shot, Chris. The ball was shot at the net. I'm sure Rocket League counted it as a shot, but if you pull up the scorecard, okay, now it's fixed. But until just a second ago, risum had no shots on goal, yet he did have a goal. So you got me there. There's not really much I could say. But yeah, as far as the Eagles go, the Monkeys have just been getting it done. They've been playing a tighter game, less mistakes. Like you said, it's continued into this game too. Eagles need a save here. Dossy will find it, barely off the post. Put back from risum. Dossy not fast enough on the recovery, and that's a 3-0 lead for the Monkeys.
That's good patience too by risum. That ball, very awkward angle, very tight angle, but he realizes that he doesn't have time. That could be huge communication from Blue Mars telling him, you have plenty of time to shoot this, take your time. And even if he couldn't make the shot, Blue Mars was in support in the midfield for risum, so it's a great play. It's a great capitalization off of a bad play from the Eagles defender.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually a really good shot. You mentioned that angle. It was very, very impressive, as there's the Eagles' first goal of the series. The pass from tnory is good. Dossy, that looked eerily similar to the one that he double committed on, but this time he knows tnory is going to end up on the back rotation. He goes and gets the goal, 3-1.
Yeah, the rotation coming in from Blue Mars. If he took it a little bit more back post, that he would have been in a better spot. But risum and Blue Mars were both facing the same direction after that one came rolling across the net. So it's just a heads-up play, and a demo onto risum is going to open it up, and not for much longer as the respawn goes in their favor.
Yeah, great respawn there from risum. Just really shows his skill in the game right there, and good knowledge to respawn in that location and just boom the ball away, preventing the counterattack. Here's tnory looking to center something. Dossy had left looking for boost. He's going to keep the attack on Heat. tnory looking for some kind of touch to disrupt the Monkeys. He will get it. Dossy shot off the crossbar and out. You might argue Blue Mars would have saved it. Anyway, the return from tnory is wide as well. Eagles hitting the post multiple times here in the past few seconds, and risum, he's not going to hit the post. Actually puts that right in the middle of the goal, and this game is looking like the Monkeys' victory.
Oh man, that was a nasty cut. risum, you can't do that on stream. That's not allowed here. TOS is a thing, but what a shot from risum. It looked good, but I gotta compliment the Eagles. They're starting to turn on the ball to prevent the Monkeys from getting the control that they have. It's looking good. It just needs to be executed a little bit better. Blue Mars with the fake. That was incredible.
I mean, for like about a minute and a half, it looked like the Eagles had something going. They had a lot of chances on net. They even scored one of them. But then all of a sudden, you miss a couple. You hit the post, you hit the crossbar, and the Monkeys are going to come right back and establish that lead off of two pretty dirty plays. Risum with that great cut, like you mentioned, and Blue Mars with a fake right there to what appears to be finish this game. This looks like a goal unless Blue Mars could do something crazy. He won't. tnory scores it, and the Eagles now only down 3, making this a little bit more possible.
Yeah, there have been crazier comebacks. 3 goals in a minute. I believe we saw the Owls do that to the Marlins back in week whatever that was, or 3 or 4. But, it's possible. The Eagles have looked way better in this game compared to game 1. They have found their offense, and they have found mistakes that the Monkeys are making, but they got to make their shots count a little bit more. Shots like that, it just has to be a little bit more powerful if you want to have a chance at this game.
It does. Yeah, you would have liked to see that shot have a bit more power, a bit more accuracy, and good placement. Could have really helped the Eagles get back into this one. They need to score now for that to happen. You can see 3-goal comebacks, but hard to find a 3-goal comeback in 30 seconds. They're going to need to score right about now, and this clear from Blue Mars might just put the game out of reach. Unless the Eagles can do something crazy. Blue Mars looking for another goal to his name. tnory, a good clear off the back line. Gets the ball to Dossy, who puts a shot on. That should be easily saved by Risum, and it is. tnory now off the sidewall. It'll go back to Dossy, back to tnory. tnory doesn't read that, though. Blue Mars gets a clear, and this game is just about in the books here as Dossy tries to give a Blue Mars getting one more shot on net. Cleared away by tnory. That ball will hit the ground, and the Monkeys up 2-0.
Yeah, and the Eagles, they still looked better in this game, but the Monkeys, their name suggests that they should just be all over the Eagles, but they're not. They are taking their time, their space. They are very controlled and calm right now in their play style, and it shows. I mean, the Eagles do not look bad. I think the Monkeys, they just caught the Monkeys on a good week, and, sometimes that happens. Players pop off at all these times. I mean, Monkeys averaging 5 goals a game just in this series, and they're working like a unit. The assists don't show it in this game, but they have definitely been supporting each other everywhere on the field.
They absolutely have. I think you can tell in the communications as well. The rotations have been very, very clean. Not too often have they been caught out of position. Even on a couple Eagles goals, there were Monkeys defenders back and ready to defend. The Eagles just, they were able to get it past them. But yeah, Monkeys rotation has been very, very good. And this game, like you mentioned, was a lot more competitive. The scoreline might not show it. A 5-2 looks a little bit lopsided, but the Eagles had moments in that game where they were pressuring the Monkeys and they scored off of it. So if they can keep some of that and make sure they keep it up more long-term throughout the game, they could get back in this series, but it will take a reverse sweep to potentially knock the Monkeys out of the playoffs. If the Monkeys win this game, they are in.
Yeah, and I've got a big smile on my face because Monkeys have never swept anyone this season. And wow, I feel so proud of my boys if they can do it here. The flip reset pass from Blue Mars. Risum waiting in the midfield. 8 seconds in, and the Monkeys are not stopping in this series.
Blue Mars, are you kidding me? What a flip reset in the Merc off the backboard to get it down to Risum. Eagles had no way to defend that. They were just awestruck in their own goal. All they could do was watch as that one sailed into the net for the early Monkeys lead. And Blue Mars will look to build on it now. Passes this out to Risum. Risum's touch will be high of the goal. He'll look at a rebound. His own shot, though. Dossy up with him as well. Slow shot from Blue Mars, saved away by tnory. Looking for a counterattack for the Eagles, but it's bounced back by Risum. Risum looking for a shot. He kind of fakes out Dossy there, but doesn't make contact. Blue Mars trying to get this past Dossy. He won't get it done. Dossy does get the touch he needs. He'll leave the zone now, actually. Blue Mars gets a demo on him. That should slow the play down. It's just tnory in a 1v2, and he's not going to get anything done.
Yeah, but the bump onto Blue Mars did help. Dossy on the respawn. Risum might get caught out a little bit too aggressive here, but doesn't. Yeah, tnory in that 1v2 situation, he slowed it down, and rather than going for the ball and risking a 50, he just bumps Blue Mars where on the wall too, a very annoying spot to try to get ball possession from. So tnory, it's a great heads up play there, but they're still just getting caught in offense. Another shot blocked by Dossy.
That's right. I will say the Monkeys, contrary to their team name, have been playing with some pretty big brains here, especially in this game. You mentioned Risum almost got caught out, but you could tell he cheated up just enough to the fact that if the Eagles were able to get a good clear towards the net, he would still be able to get back. And Blue Mars is just going to put in the easy goal here to give him a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I think Dossy definitely expected tnory to get that clear over, so he was turned and anticipating that touch, but tnory couldn't find anything, very little boost to work with. The Monkeys have been stealing those corner boosts every time they've been on the offense, and it's working out for them. So, Eagles, 3 minutes to go, plenty of time at least to get something working, but the Monkeys and Risum, they just don't stop. They don't stop.
I mean, you cannot break through this Monkeys rotation right now. It is so clean. They are following each other up perfectly around the map. There's no opening. The Eagles, or at least if there is an opening, the Eagles haven't been able to find it because this is still a 3-0 game.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of questions about this Monkeys team because sometimes it is hit or miss in the games in these series. But right now, there's no argument that this team is playing phenomenal. What a setup by Blue Mars. Plays it around the first, slaps that ball to the back wall and follows up his own touch. Dossy's got to react to it, but what a play by Blue Mars.
Point. This is no longer okay, yeah, we're okay, phew, guys, we made it into the playoffs, we're doing it. No. This is a statement. This is, hey, guys, we're going to be in the playoffs, and we are coming. Penguins and Gators, watch the heck out, because the Monkeys are looking hot.
I looked away. I was looking away doing something, and there was just another goal. Like, the Monkey, how do you stop a team that looks this good? I mean, I was a fan of the Gators last week against the Monkeys. That looked like a very, that looked like the best team. But when the Monkeys are playing like this, who's going to take Expert League in the end is the biggest question. Because all of these teams, their peak is phenomenal. And I'd say we're looking at that right now from the Monkeys.
Yeah, it is just insane. If there ever was a peak, this has got to be it. You're right. I mean, these games have just been slaughters. Either way you shake it on the scoreboard, at least. The game 2 was a little bit closer, but oh my gosh, that is a good shot from tnory. Eagles not going quietly. They they haven't lost this one yet, but it's looking pretty bad. So at the very least, this is a good consolation goal from tnory.
Yeah, and Risum caught flat-footed. It's a very good heads-up play and a even better shot to the back post where Risum couldn't reach it. He had no momentum on his side to get around to it, but here we go again. Monkeys on the offense. There's no defender back. Dossy's got to play from behind, and he gets a touch and clears it away. A good play by Dossy to keep it away. But 2 minutes to go. There's still time. They have to get in the Monkeys' face a little bit more, and a miss from Blue Mars is actually going to give tnory the goal.
tnory does score. That is 2 in a row now for the Eagles. If they manage to come back in this series, that would just be insane, or at least in this game. Let's focus on the series later. If they come back in this game, that is going to be very impressive. They do have 2 minutes to do it. That's not unheard of, as we have reached a similar scoreline to that which we saw in game 2. But the Monkeys, they've just looked in control. Even in these past couple goals, it's not like they were just gimmies. Blue Mars did have that missed touch, but at least he was back. They haven't just completely ceded goals to the Eagles as of yet. Blue Mars looking to pad that lead once again and cement their place in the playoffs. Risum's shot is wide, cleared away there. by Dossy. tnory. Dossy now looking for a shot. He gives it up to tnory. tnory's flick is just off, and he's actually going to end up clearing this for the monkeys. Counterattack here, risum. How much boost does he have? He's got enough for a nice flick. Dossy, good save. Read that play well. Blue Mars, 21 boost to work with. tnory is going to clear this away. risum and Blue Mars both ready for it. risum gives up the play to Blue Mars. Blue Mars misses that one off his own corner, but risum will control. He will try to exit the zone here. Looking for one flick. Does have it. tnory looking to control now. risum meets for a 50. That'll leave it to Blue Mars. Blue Mars not able to get that on target. And Dossy will clear it away towards the net.
Yeah, and every second that's just ticking away, Eagles have less of a chance to come back in this one, and that one might be the nail in the coffin. Blue Mars sending that one across the map. Dossy just can't catch up to it. It's just out of his reach. And the monkeys, with the first sweep of the season, you know, it couldn't have come at a better time when playoffs are on the line.
That's what I'm saying, man. This is a statement. This is, hey, we're coming into the playoffs and we are ready for whatever competition we end up facing. It is going to be a very exciting postseason for Expert League. Now, let's talk about the implications of this, because you're right. I mean, 6-2, this game's over. This series is over. The monkeys have won. They have sealed their spot in the playoffs, and the final spot will be between the Rams and the Huskies. Now, the Huskies, here's the situation for the Huskies. You have to sweep against the Gators, who are the top team in your conference, right? And then you have to pray, and you have to send Moodster all the friend requests you possibly can. You got to be schmoozing up to Moodster big time, because you need Moodster and the Penguins to sweep the Rams as well in order to get into the playoffs. We've got one of those series coming up next, so don't go anywhere. But we'll finish this one first, as the monkeys emphatically stamping their ticket to the postseason. Blue Mars, one more for the road. He's got the monkeys a dominating 8-2 Game 3 victory in a sweep, the first one of the season. Monkeys take it in 3.
Yeah, the 8-2, the Barcelona coming out for the monkeys. It's very good play by them. That was just a clean series. There wasn't... I think the only mistakes they made, the Eagles capitalized on almost all of them. 4 goals for the Eagles compared to, wow, so the monkeys had terrible shooting differential coming into this game. They are now up 10, 18, 14 goals in this series alone. That is, if that's not domination, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's crazy. So before this series took place, I was looking through the playoff scenarios, looking through the standings, and I noticed that the monkeys and the Huskies, now previously I thought that they were tied in series head-to-head, which is not the case, I've learned. But if they were, I was looking at goal differential, and the Huskies had a pretty sizable lead over the monkeys. It's like 13. The Huskies are 13 over, monkeys 13 under. I'm thinking there's no way that changes, right? Well, I very well could have. It's not going to matter, but still, I mean, the monkeys just absolutely dominated this series. I think they're going to end on a positive goal differential after being down -13. That is insane.
Yeah, and I mean, I couldn't be more proud of that monkeys team. In all honesty, that was the best I think I've ever seen the expert monkeys play, and that's just, it just is a feels good. And hopefully we can get them in here for a quick interview. We are a little bit behind schedule, so we don't want to keep the teams waiting too long, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, monkeys looking confident for playoffs. And it really comes down to the Rams and the Husky series, because if the Huskies win, Rams have to lose. There's a whole bunch of scenarios, and it'll all get figured out next series. If the Huskies lose, then they're out. That is it for them. They end up 5-5. So we'll have to see what happens when we come back. We're going to take a quick break, but until then, I've been Chris. This is Harmonic. We'll see you next time.